Okay. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Now comes the moment that we've all been waiting for, the performance of the Artist in Residence, created specifically from the spirit of this summer academy, which is focused on caring humanoid robots. Is it possible? And that's what we've been vigorously dialoguing about the last 2.5 days. Our artist in residence, Mr. Vastei Jackson, from Hattiesburg, Mississippi, and the world, is a renowned artist in the world of blues and roots music. Some of you may have seen his TEDx talk on YouTube. If you haven't seen it, check it out. It's a discussion of the roots of the blues in Africa and how that became blues music in America. Vastei is a Grammy winner. He's been nominated for several Grammys, but I'm going to read the name of the, I've got to get this right. Vastei's album, The Soul of Jimmy Rogers, which he developed and produced and recorded and was actually part of the stage performance that he has presented. That won a Grammy in the 59th Annual Grammy Awards in the Best Traditional Blues Album category. Vastei has hundreds of awards and many accolades that we could describe, but instead of that, I'm going to let you hear for yourself Mr. Vastei Jackson.
Wow, it is such a pleasure to be here with you. When Sabina approached me, contacted me about doing this, I really didn't have a clue what was going on. Carrying humanoid robots. I'm like, robots? You know, okay, what do you want me to do? Tell me a little bit about it. Well, the thing that most interests me, or let's say that stimulated me, was the aspect that the passion that everyone here has for what they do. And do machines have souls? I don't know, but I know that humans have soul, and that we can sort of add the flavor of our soul, elements of our soul, into anything that we create. And that's very exciting, because that's kind of what I do with music as well. So this is what you've given me, part of what you've given me. And I'm so glad it's Friday morning. Y'all, I'm in the right place. And boy, kids, is the truth. Looking at all your smiling faces. Because advancement in caring and nursing, that's what we're here to do. Oh, I wanna celebrate y'all on the advancement with you. So add a little love and compassion to everything you do. Savina, she called me. Wow. She said, we know what you're talking about. She said, you were going robots. Can they care? I said, I got a lot of doubt. One thing I know for sure, love will get us through. that's what you use. So we're gonna use a little bit of kindness, compassion and love too. 'Cause you know when the doctors don't know what to do, the love of God will get us through. You know, there's medicine and healing, y'all. Yeah, 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 yeah. And the Ed Watkins Institute for advancement in caring and nurses. Oh, it will get us through. I should have saved that song for last. So, the thing about what I realized, and I've known about the aspect of the power of music to heal. Also the power of music to hurt them. Yeah? I think energy and vibration, no matter what we do, no matter how much we love what we do, I think compassion should be ahead of passion. No matter how much passion we have, I think passion should be wrapped in compassion. And within that, I understand the aspect of caregiving. My mother had been diagnosed with breast cancer, and something we didn't expect, of course. I'm an only child. I was a mama's boy. Grew up to be a mama's man. And the interesting thing about that is that we grew closer, and I learned so much about strength and love when people are under duress and they have ailments and illnesses that are often terminal. So within that, it made me, or informed me about what doctors and nurses do in a professional sense. And I was speaking with Ms. Ann Cowan, and she was telling me about part of her life and her history and how she got into nursing and some of the experiences that she had. And to be a professional, to be able to call upon skills on demand is a great thing. But the human element and the spiritual element of caring, compassion, and love, that's a power that regardless of how much technology we develop, we can never exceed. And this is where the human aspect of what you do, have no fear, can never be replaced by a computer or a robot. Ever. Without a doubt. So. I was sick and feeling sad. You came along and made me glad. With your kindness and patience, you helped me through. With all the wonderful things that you do. Now I want to thank you chase away my gray skies and brought me the sun. Nursing angels, that's what you are, sent from up above, your shining stars. Nursing angels, that's what you are, sent from up above, your shining stars. I was broken, I was bent, all of my strength I had spent, but you had patience, you cared for me, you gave me hope, now I believe. Now I want to thank you for all the things you do. You're helping me heal, helping me make it through. Nursing angels, that's what you are. You're sent from up above, your shining stars. Nursing angels, that's what you are. You're sent from above, your shining star. Nursing angels, that's what you are. You're sent from above, your shining stars. Nursing angels, that's what you are. You're sent from above, your shining stars. And I want to thank you. Thank you. I believe that. I really do. So, and while I was here, quite a few people were asking me about the blues and cultural things about the blues. Well, you know, the blues is not just about being downtrodden, depressed, being broke, being cheated on, and all of those things. The blues can be a music of triumph, and that's really what it's about. It's about experiences, putting into songs and sort of lightening the aspect of the reality of them. Now, having said that, I want to talk a little bit about biology and psychology. I don't know a lot about biology and medicine, but I'm a man. I'm a male. And I think this is not gender specific. Correct me if I'm wrong. It takes about, after conception, it takes about, what, 9 months or so for us to be born? Is this true? Give or take, right? In the ballpark. Now, from a man's point of view, and from blues culture, and we look at all of these things, if God created anything on earth that can give a man the blues more than a woman, I have not met it. Yeah, some women at least will agree. You know your feminine power. The thing about that is that, having said that, there's nothing that God created that can chase a man's blues away better than a woman. Very thankful for that. But that's not so much the problem. It's that, you know, that give or take 9 months or so, And from a man's point of view, you know, we're in this warm, moist, secure place, right? Like all, I guess we would say fetuses, right? Is this correct?
Yes.
Okay, help me out, still learning. And so, you're in this warm, moist, and secure place. And, you know, you don't have to look for food. You don't have to ask where the restroom is. Any of those things. And then we come out, you know, and it was this cold world, you know, all the lights and everything. And that's okay. And from a man's point of view, that's a little shocking, maybe a little blues for the baby, but that's not, you know, the real blues. What brings a man like me, so much blues from my experiences with females, with ladies, with women, is that after 9 months and all that, to come outside of the womb, like most men, we spend the rest of our lives trying to get back up into the womb. Even in Japan. Anyway, here's a little song in honor of all you women. She's a kind-hearted woman. She'd do anything in this world for me. She's a kind-hearted woman. She'd do anything in this world for me. Oh, but you know some of these pretty fine nurses, they won't let old Vastei be. You see, I love that lady. You know I love her, can't you see? Love that lady. I love her, can't you see? She's a kind-hearted woman, just can't let her be. There ain't one thing that made Mr. Jackson dream. Other night we were making love, she called me another man's name. Oh, kind-hearted woman, think you got something evil on your mind. Think you got another man. He's been beating that sound. That's all right, y'all. Let's look at my old guitar. One day, baby, I will shake your hand goodbye. One day, baby, I'm gonna shake your hand goodbye. I gave you all my love and all my money. Still, you just ain't satisfied. A kind-hearted woman. The blues, from a man's point of view, yeah? Blues from a man's point of view. Oh, and when we look at this music, this art form is specifically American. Now we can speak about the roots of the blues from Africa, but in Africa they don't really have blues as a genre of music that is like this. And what I've experienced, I'm from Mississippi, I was born and raised in Mississippi, that we have a collision of Europe and Africa in the Americas that brought forth this music. It is not just from an African standpoint. And we have lots of microtonality in Africa, in the continent of Africa. We have a Western 12-tone diatonic system in Europe. And what gives us this unique, let's say, sound that we call the blues is the rhythmic and harmonic tension of Africa and Europe. One of the things that happens, I think why everybody feels the blues and they begin to like elements about it, even if they don't know the lyrics or they don't know the song, and that's the fundamental aspect of life, even from a biological or medical perspective. And that's because of our heartbeat. Our heartbeat is dum-kum, 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 dum-kum. Now if you put that in musical terms, and let's say we're in 4/4 time, that's the first and the third beat of the triplet. So it's very easy to write down, it's very easy to look at and say, okay, there we are. You know, the heartbeat is the rhythmic feel of the blues. We call it a shuffle, but it's dum-kum, dum-kum, dum-kum. For example, when you feel that, you see, I see people kind of, so people feel that, regardless of saying, oh, that's blues. You know, you have to call it that rhythm. Now, what happens harmonically is that when we look at the aspect of your 12-tone diatonic system, and we all kind of heard, which is the major scale, yeah? And that is the foundation for European music, the diatonic system. Now, in Africa, in lower Africa, in Timbuktu, and in the region, that sound is not so prevalent. This sound is prevalent. So, whereas we would have happy, or we say happy, and then in the color, the Africans always impose, in America, this sound against this sound. Okay? So you would begin to hear this in this fashion. So you have the African sound, the 9th third, Europe. The Africans tend to always or bend it to the note. As opposed to, I don't know why you white folks are so happy all the time. It's a joke. Listen, but the thing is, this is a happier sound too in America. Listen. Right? Listen to this. Kind of. Listen. So, but what happens in the blues in America, we're always searching for this in-between thing. In the diatonic system we have notes. So the microtonality between the half steps, and we don't really write that in Western diatonic music. Now, in Arabic music, they have, you know, lots of microtonality. So when we're looking at the sounds between that, it gives that angst and that tension. Kind of got that sexiness, edgy sexiness. Now, and so when we look at that sound, those are combinations that we deal with. So I'll give you just a little bit of it. And so if we were looking at a scenario like this, I'm going to start off with from a European perspective. So, and those are the harmonic things that sort of play into that. Now we get into all of the stories and things of that nature. So, having the first songs that I did were from a major perspective. We're going to go another way and we'll go from a minor perspective. May we? Yeah. As the blues travel from Africa to America. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone, only darkness every day. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone, this house just ain't no home anytime she goes away. Wonder this time where she's gone, wonder if she's going to stay. Wonder this time where she's gone, this house just ain't no home anytime she goes away. Said I know, 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 I know. Said I'm gonna leave the young thing alone, 'cause ain't no sunshine when she's gone. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone, only darkness every day. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone, this house just ain't no home anytime she goes away. Said I know, 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 I know. I know, 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 I know. Said I'm gonna leave the young thing alone. Ain't no sunshine, very good, when she's gone. And I'm climbing the stairway to heaven, but she is no longer, no longer, no longer, no longer there. 'Cause I think she went to Arabia. And as we're looking at technology, right? This guitar is made of carbon graphite. It's not made of wood. It looks like wood, it sounds like wood. So, you know, with computers and technology, we've come a long, long way. So this is composite carbon graphite. It's very light, and it sounds very rich. And back into the digital world. This is my wireless transmitter to it. So I'll do that. You don't hear it. So, and now, can I switch guitars? Yeah. Right. Okay. And let's see here. And before I forget, we do have some CDs and DVDs available. Savina mentioned that to me, and I said, okay, let me make sure I pack something. And I was like, oh, where did I put them? This is brass. And this is a mechanical amplifier. So what it does is it projects the sound. Unlike a wood body guitar where it would sound loud here, this guitar actually sounds louder there than here for me. And at the time around the turn of the century where you had more big bands and more brass and reeds, you couldn't really hear the guitar as well, the wood body guitar before electricity and at the beginning of electricity. So the Dopiero brothers did this design. I heard someone say it earlier, this is called a resonator. And so this is a mechanical biscuit that vibrates and projects the sound. So old school technology. Now, within that, this is a carved pipe. Some people say slide. And as we were talking about the microtonality, so in Mississippi, this became very popular around the early turn of the century, the 19th century, the 20s and the 30s. So I like to call this the ancient future. Because I think the aspect of the blues, and like most inventions, is not just for convenience, but it's for survival. We have development in medicine for our survival. And the aspect of blues and jazz, from an improvisational aspect, is that we have to keep moving and create new things once things have been decoded. So I would like to do a little something that combines the old and the new. How about that? May I?
Yes.
Well, I turned on my computer turned on me. I turned on my computer turned on me. I got the virtual blues messing with this digital technology. Said I went online to surf the web. Said I went online to surf the web. Y'all, my motor's so slow, I'm surfing just like a snail. 'Cause I turned on my computer turned on me. I turned on my computer turned on me. I got these virtual blues messing with this digital technology. You see, I went online to surf the web. Said I went online to surf the web. Well, I did me a download, virus ate up all of my files. 'Cause I turned on my computer turned on me. I turned on my computer turned on me. I got this virtual blues messing with this digital technology. Well, my floppy disk don't work, my hard drive too small, my DVD won't play, my mouse needs a new ball. Turn on my computer turned on me. Oh, got the digital blues messing with this virtual technology. Oh yeah. Doesn't matter whether you're rich or poor, old or young, tech savvy or not, we all get the blues in some fashion, some form, without a doubt. So this music, this original art form from the Americas that is imbued popular music all over the world. Wherever we go, if you want to say, okay, well, Britain, yeah? Rolling Stones, the Beatles, Eric Clapton, yeah? Black Sabbath, hard rockers. And when we look at Norway and Japan, we look at Jamaica, Brazil, everywhere we go, popular music, it sort of revolves around these which we call intervallively the 1, the 4, and the 5 chord. Now, since we're here in Florida, and I guess we're so close to what, the Caribbean? Yeah. Got Key West, and then we go on over, and then there's Cuba, and there's Jamaica. So when we talk about the rhythm of Africa and how that has come through all these different places in the world, we say same boat, different port, because that theme sort of runs. So in the blues world, 145, and the great Mississippi bluesman Muddy Waters had a song called "Rock Me Baby," and some of you may be familiar with that song. I'm not going to do it today. Well, I might do it today, who knows, if the Spirit hits me. But within that, it's very curious how these influences just kind of happen all over the place. And so I'm going to kind of combine something here. Little darling, steer up, girl. I said, steer it up, baby girl. Little darling, steer it up, yeah, yeah, yeah. Rock me, baby. Rock me all night long. I said, steer it up, little darling, steer it up, girl. The reality is that steer it up in reggae means the same thing as rock me, baby, in the blues. Been a long, long time since I've had you on my mind, sweet baby. Now that you're here, it's so clear to see what we can do, girl, just me and you. So let's steer it up, girl. Little darling, steer it up, girl. So let's steer it up, baby girl. Little darling, steer it up, girl. Look at here. Said now I'll push the wood. Girl, you blaze my fire. Come and satisfy my heart's desire. So now all you gotta do is keep me in it. Said I'll steer it, baby, every minute. So let's steer it up, girl. Little darling, steer it up, girl. So let's steer it up, girl. quench me when I'm thirsty. Cool me down when I'm hot, girl. Say your recipe's so tasty, baby. And you sure know how to shake what you got. Wind it, wind it, wind it, girl. Stir it up, girl. Little darling, stir it up, girl. So let's stir it up, girl. Little darling, let's stir it up. Is that the harmonic structure to that song and Rock Me Baby is exactly the same. It's exactly the same. Now, where the duration of time on the chords are different. Rock me, baby. Rock me all night long. Rock me, baby. Rock me all night long. So, this kind of shows how we are all connected in many, many different ways. Yeah? So, now, what I'd like to do now, may I switch guitars again? Yeah. So, you've heard a little bit of the brass resonator guitar with the mechanical amplifier. Now, does anyone have any questions? Because it's kind of a Q&A thing about music and anything. I won't suggest what you ask. Huh? Sure.
How'd you get started?
Oh, how did I get started? I was born into a family of musicians. Sort of typical, I guess. And as far generations as we can go back into the 1800s, where the slave sort of chart our family. And my great-grandfather, whom I met, Vastei Jackson, was a fiddle player. And my grandfather was a guitar player and harmonica player. And he was a very short guy, like me. Very dark. I like to tell the story that I'm 5'6" with a 36-inch long guitar. And so he married my grandmother, who was very tall and very fair. Her grandfather was an Irishman. And so I kind of had the blues in my grandfather's lap. And then in my grandmother's lap. So, because my grandmother loved country music, but just a musical family, that's about it. Yeah? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What inspired you to hear something or see something? What inspired you to write a song?
I'm ADD. So, everything I hear is like the aspect of just being here and thinking of what you are doing. And the thing that really struck me was, from a technical perspective, okay, I get it, but everyone here is so passionate about what you're doing, about not only what has been done that has brought us to this point, but what the possibilities of the future holds. And when we look at the advancement of caring in nursing, and having this passion in looking at the human aspect of it. And there's so many things, I think, even from an epigenetic standpoint, and from a soul standpoint, that we are born with, the aspect of nurture and nature. So these things inspire me in many ways. And that's it. I mean, really, it could be something on the news. It could be some food that I taste. It could be just having a conversation with someone and they share something with me. about their lives. Yeah.
You're a resonator.
Hmm?
You're a resonator.
Oh, I'm a resonator? Oh, okay. Wow. I'm going to write a song about that. Without a doubt. Yeah, so, but those are some of the things. Go right ahead.
See, have you thought of ways that healthcare could utilize music more?
Oh, absolutely.
And what could we do to help facilitate that?
Well, I think in some ways it's being facilitated now. I think there's some very primal things that exist, and there are certain tones, there are certain pitches, and as even when the aspect of when I think they have the sound of the ocean or the waves that some people put in their rooms, it helps them to sleep. So I think that's a very simple way. But then in the aspect of pitch and vibration, let me give you an example here. Now, if someone hears this, it's very disconcerting, right? Now, if someone hears something like this, it's calming. So now, not that it just has to be done on the guitar, but not only musical instruments, but all things are music to me. So your bedside manner and tone of voice, when the nurse speaks and the doctor speaks, that is music. And what we can do, in many ways, we can look at those things, the patterns and the vibrations and the rhythms and the sequence, and we can take that and put it into more of what we would call song form. So if we were to look at those things and say, well, the common time in American music is 4/4 time, which is 4 beats per minute, 4 quarters to a dollar. So that is the fundamental rhythmic, I guess, what we say, partition that's non-distracting for us. So now, if we take that and say, okay, over the course of a minute or 3 minutes, these particular sounds, this particular tension and harmony has this effect on people. I mean, you could actually, I don't know if you would call it an oscilloscope, but you could monitor the sound, and if you have with the electrodes that are hooked up, even if a patient is in a coma, and see how the electrical impulses change. So that's a little more scientific, but from the aspect of, from a compositional standpoint, we don't have to be quite that technical, because we already know that there's a much harsher sound, and I think those are some of the ways. And we also are dealing with what do we call it, ultrasonics, and when the ultrasound, we're getting images, right, from monitoring the vibrations. So sound, sonics, music. And we know that we can actually begin to teach infants when they're in the womb, before they're born. You can play music, and you can see the effect that it has, whether it's volume or rhythm or harmonic structure in the womb. Mm-hmm.
So Vastei, can we design a humanoid robot to assist nurses and to comfort persons being cared for by patterning these tones? And can we create a humanoid Vastei?
Well, I think what you definitely can do is create a robot and just being human-like. Of course, we can do that. I think what we can do, any data that we have as a human, we can transfer, except for my own personal belief, I don't think we can transfer our souls or our consciousness into machines. Now, but other than that, as far as knowledge and intellect and learning, we can design and implement machines to mimic that. And this has been done for a long time in music. when I say that, we have, and some of you, I'd imagine you've heard of sampling, you know, where we'll take a sound, which is analog, my voice, and we'll capture it and convert it into digital language, O's and ones, with what we call an A to D converter, which is analog to digital converter. And when it comes back out the speaker, you're hearing the analog process. And actually, this is happening right now. As I speak, this microphone is wireless. The analog sound of my voice, my human voice, is being captured by the capsule of the microphone. It's being coded into digital information. And when you hear it out the speaker, it is being reproduced and converted back into analog. Now, this is a very simple aspect of it, right? But this is actually what it is. So what you actually hear out the speaker is not my voice. It's an emulation of my voice. Now, if I turn this off, now you're hearing my voice. This is an analog source. That's an analog source, but it is actually not my voice. It's an emulation or representation of my voice. So these things are happening. Yeah. And once again, I think from a cultural perspective as well, then what we would have to do is, we were talking the other day about humanoid robots and that thing. The programming has to be culturally sensitive. Yeah? You know, one word, I mean, for example, I think in Portuguese, the word push in Portuguese means pull. Push, push up. Yeah. And so if someone just goes push out in English, they're gonna go like that. And if you say that in Brazil, they're gonna go like that. So in the programming, we have to be culturally sensitive. Yeah? Yeah. Any more questions?
Where did you get that awesome rad guitar?
Yeah, I'm sorry, what?
Where did you get that, the resonator, awesome rad guitar?
Oh, well, the resonator. There's a company in Texas. I endorse these instruments, so I might as well give them a plug. They're, for all you right-wingers, the company's name is Republic. Yeah, I'm both wings, so just so you understand. Yeah. So, yeah, but this is an emulation of a much older design. Yeah, and just for so you know, this is 3/4 size, so it's not the regular size of full-body guitars, and this is 3/4 size. Back around the turn of the century, they called these small body guitars parlor guitars, and the bigger guitars were called dreadnought. Yeah, so you know, with the airlines, it's much easier to travel with these. Yeah, so now I'm gonna play you some more music, man. Yeah. When the night has come and the land is dark and the moon is the only light we see, yeah. No, I won't be afraid. No, I won't be afraid. Just as long as I have a caring nurse to stand by me. So won't you stand by me? Won't you stand by me? Oh, stand. Won't you stand by me, yeah? When the sky that we live upon should someone and fall, and the mountain should crumble in the sea, yeah. No, I won't be afraid. No, I won't be afraid. Just as long as you stand by by me, yeah. So won't you stand by me? Won't you stand by me? All I need is a canvas to stand by me, yeah. Oh yeah. Won't you stand by me? Won't you stand by me? Won't you stand, yeah? Won't you stand by me, yeah? Now let me hear y'all sing it. Stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Stand by me. One more time, shall you stand by me? Stand by me. Won't you stand by me? Oh, we got some singing verses in here too. Fantastic. And of course, as we know, that's what we need. We need the presence, the mindfulness, the consideration to come together and support each other. And I tell you, I must admit this, that I have to come to another one of these summer academy conferences or something. Really, because I begin to think about this, and I think Sabina is very intuitive, because for somehow she's seen me perform before, and she zeroed in on the nerd factor. Yeah, I think she captured. And I don't think, do I display it that much? Is it that obvious?
No, that was a hook, but that's not the fullness of what I see right now.
Okay, well, don't tell too much right now. Don't give my secrets away. Oh, thank you so much. And in that, we're going to switch guitars again because I think there's, yeah, exactly, but I think we're approaching or near a crossroads with the aspect of how we utilize not just robots, computers, and in the concept of humanoid robots or caring humanoid robots. Is it possible? You know, where do we go right? Do we go left? And do we pull the right and left to the center? I think that's what these media conferences and academies are about. And the center is caring, compassion. And all of our tools, we pull to that. Yeah. So nurses don't ever have to worry about or consider that they will be replaced by humanoid robots. And that's what my friend from Canada, that's what Gail said. And I agree with you, Gail. Yeah. So, let's switch here. Yes. And it's one of the things that I would say this because I thought about this, that I find very, very beautiful, and I see this no matter where I go, is that people who understand the aspect of life being from a spiritual nature concept and that energy, that the considerations for caring and compassion is something that we're born with. I think we only come to points of prejudices by what we are taught after our souls enters this plane of existence. And it's beautiful to see that no concept of religion can diminish that when we look at caring for our children in medicine. Those things, whether we're able to put them into text or verbalize them or not, we see with every society on this earth. And so that's the beautiful aspect, that we're not limited in our abilities to share or show compassion by the aspect of a doctrine that men have created to serve their own selfish agendas. Compassion, love, kindness, caring, it's universal. And just by listening to you all, I know that you believe this and you implement this, so now I have to applaud. Let's see what we got here. And what we have here, just so I'll tell you, for people who like the soft sounds, yeah, there's the solo acoustic record that was nominated for Grammy. And for people who like the electric stuff, I was a little cocky about this, so I named this CD Stimulus Man. Okay, so this is electric, yeah. So just so you know, oh great. So we're gonna do. This is a song from the acoustic CD, and just not much music history. But Jimmy Rogers, the father of country music in America, born in Meridian, Mississippi. Jimmy Rogers was very, very unique in his presentation of a musical motif that sort of originated in Austria and Switzerland, called the yodel. Anybody, we have anyone can yodel in here? Come on now, I know my friend Amit from Nepal can yodel. Amit? Yeah. Well, we'll teach you. Anyway, you probably remember this commercial or something, but anyway, the yodel, that kind of thing. So that was the European aspect of that. Well, Jimmy worked on a railroad in Mississippi and around sharecroppers and around the turn of the century, well, the 19th century, and with the African Americans, he heard their work songs and their songs. So they influenced the way he yodeled, as opposed to yodeling. He would influence it from a melody that he heard from the Africans. And he would say, I'm blue yodeling, referencing that. So this was before there was a term called country and western music. So this sound was so as opposed to slightly different now. So within that, Jimmy Rogers became this icon. And as I was researching the music and his life for this play that I was doing, and I realized that the soul of Jimmy Rogers was the blues. And so I said, oh my, no one ever talks about this. And it's documented, he sang in blackface and so before blacks were able to perform in vaudeville. And so it inspired me, to go forth and do that. And there were several people who thought I was kind of nuts, and they was like, well, what are you doing? Jimmy Rogers, why are you doing, an album that's a tribute to Jimmy Rogers? And I was like, well, I'm inspired by it. And well, who's going to buy it? I don't really care who's buying it. If I don't get it out of my system, I'm going to go insane, because that's generally the way I work. If I have an inspiration, if no one ever hears it, I have to document it. I have to get it out of my mind and my body. And so and then once I do that, I can sleep at night. until I do that, I really don't sleep well. So, I'm going to do a song now, okay? Said I was standing on the corner, I didn't mean no harm. I said along came the police, took me by the arm. Said I was up in Memphis, corner bill in Maine. Police said, hey, big shot, you better tell me your name. Whoa, 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 whoa. I said, now you'll find my name on the tail of my shirt. Said I'm a Mississippi player, I don't have to work out. Said now listen up all you boys, better leave my women alone. All I will put out my special, run you ballers home. Whoa. Said my woman, she love me, everybody knows. Said she spent $1,000 on me a suit of new clothes. Said she came in the joint, 44 in each hand. She said, stand aside everybody, 'cause I'm looking for my man. Oh, 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 oh. 'Cause I was standing on the corner, I didn't mean no harm. Said along came the police, took me by the arm. Said it was up in Memphis, corner bill in Maine. He said, hey, big shot, you better tell me your name. Oh, I was just standing on the corner. And that's from the Jimmy Rogers CD, The Soul of Jimmy Rogers. Interestingly enough, at that time, and I think that was recorded in, 1937. It was a duet with Louis Armstrong. Yeah, so you can check that out. And I think it has always been in the arts, you know, where people, music brings people together. It really does, and it has a great healing power if used for that purpose. And I'm so thankful that you all invited me to join you and to share a little bit of, I guess, what would be considered my medicine. Yep. And I'm very thankful that we have this opportunity to fellowship. Hopefully, we will see each other sometime again in the very near future. Yeah? And I'm coming to Toronto. Yeah. Yeah, so we're working on it now. Yeah? Yeah. So we will see you there. Because I have some friends in Ajax. Oh, yeah. So once again, nursing angels, that's what you are. Sent from above, your shining stars. Nursing angels, that's what you are. Sent from above, your shining stars. I was sick and I was in need. You came along and comforted me with your kindness and your caring ways. You helped me to heal and put a smile on my face. Now I want to thank you for all the things you do. You help me to heal, help me make it through. Nursing angels, that's what you are. Sent from up above, your shining stars. Nursing angels, that's what you are. You sent from up above, your shining stars. And I want to thank you. I just want to thank you. Oh, I want to thank you. So I want to thank you. I want to thank you. I just want to thank you. Thank you.
Music Angel, we want to thank you.
Thank you.
Vastei, it's just been such a blessing to have you here and to have you add your name to the work that you've experienced with us. I think it would be wonderful as we stand here in the Dance of Caring Persons, and here we have had you in this dance with all of you wonderful persons who have come to join us in a struggle, a journey, and every year it adds, so much meaning to where we need to go as nurses. And we do it. We are going to go back upstairs and we're going to continue to create a plan for how to continue to move forward. And for that, I know I am most grateful, and I know everyone here is so grateful to our commitment for advancing caring science. But it would be wonderful maybe to take this opportunity while we're right here to get a nice group picture.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, and we have a photographer, so we are good. Can I just move?